Good evening, everyone. So, Lancer said that there were going to be no episodes this week because he's going to AX. Lucky him. In which case, I decided that I would do a couple of things. One of which is E3 passed a week ago, and I wanted to give some thoughts on that. So, with me, I have Lance and I have Vance, and they're playing Final Fantasy XIV. And I am technically playing Future Card Buddy Fight on Future Card Buddy Fight Arena, which I have to go download the new version for first. Yay! This is terrible.
You are terrible.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Alright, Vance, if you want to add me, I'm ready to go.
Oh, doke. I can do that.
So,
I was hoping my friend would join us.
this is just going to be sort of like an E3 recap, wrap up, what we thought, how we feel. It's probably mainly going to be me talking because I watch E3 all the time and I get a lot of stuff with it. I just deal with the news as it happens all the time. It's the update.
And I'll be yelling at Lancer about healer stuff because that's what healers do. We stand in the background and yell. That's our job.
Makes perfect sense.
Oh, she apparently disappeared for a second.
So, first things first, I'm gonna go in like every press conference in order and just talk about my thoughts. I was originally going to do this as a video by myself, but I thought it would be a great idea to just do it with you guys. I would like to.
We're all just playing.
Yeah, I would like to talk about E3 or EA first, which, Jesus Christ, I've never seen something so fucking abysmal in my entire life. I literally wanted to shoot myself. It was awful. It was probably one of the worst, like, press conferences I've ever seen in my entire life. And I just, it was gross. It was super, super gross. Barely any gameplay footage shown. Some interesting announcements that mean absolutely nothing when there's nothing to back them up. Thank you for telling us that Visceral Games is making a Star Wars game, but not showing any footage of it, but showing footage of, like, offices and people talking. Way to go, EA. I mean, that's, like, basically the biggest takeaway. Oh, and the cringeworthy Battlefield 1 bullshit that happened, that was also terrible. Aside from that, it was your standard affair of them talking about nothing but business and sports games for like a good 20-30 minutes. They spent so much time on FIFA, I wanted to shoot myself. I'm not saying I'm not a soccer fan. I love soccer. I love football, whatever you want to call it. But when your whole press conference is centered around fucking Madden and FIFA, which are two games you come out with every year, and you say, we're making groundbreaking changes to the game's AI and to the game itself, and it literally doesn't have that fuck you, don't even talk to me. That's bullshit.
John Madden.
What do you say? He's going up right down the center here, and he says, oh, boom! Tough in acting.
Tough acting to acting. I don't know.
Sometimes I just go on saying John Madden every 10 seconds for an hour because football.
Because football. I mean, that was pretty much like one of the worst press conferences I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's EA. What did you expect? Something good?
Kind of. I mean,
they blew the good showing of the new Mass Effect before the conference. That's where they messed up.
Well, that's part of it, but also, like, everything they showed with Andromeda still... By the way, I forgot to mention Mass Effect Andromeda, but everything they showed for Andromeda still made me go, whatever. I mean, I understand why people are really hyped about the game. I can understand it. It's a really good franchise. It's a lot of fun. But I just don't care. Like, I want to, but I don't care. Okay, I have the newest version. I don't understand what's going on here. As I read
I myself love the Mass Effect series. Would have been great if they just stuck with the idea with keeping it Star Trek, but then they decided, oh, let's go with a new idea, and then we got Mass Effect, which is, like I said, not a bad idea, but it was such a... It would have been great to actually live out the fantasies of being on the Starship Enterprise. At least I can still make Captain Shepard look like Picard.
I can understand where you're coming from. Why is it not?
Because not only that, we never get any good Star Wars games.
Well, I mean, you're right and you're wrong.
Well, no, I mean Star Wars. I mean, the Old
Star
Republic
Trek
is great. Knights of the Old Republic is awesome. I'm glad they're possibly making a third one out of that finally. But I was really disheartened by the last Battlefront. It was horrible.
Okay, but that's Battlefront. That's being made by EA. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's garbage. I agree that there's nothing they can do to fix it. But you're saying Star Wars games are terrible? I literally could
I
go
didn't say
down.
it was terrible.
No. You said, like, I'll play it back for you later. But you stated that most Star Wars games are bad. That's pretty much what you said.
The recent stuff.
Well,
okay,
well,
let me not generalize it.
Hold on a second, Lancer. We've only had one game in, like, the past few years. Unless you want to count the Old Republic, which, by the way, that was shit when it first came out. It's only getting better now. For most things, anyway. It's a great casual MMO.
It took me forever to get into that. Yeah, a very, very casual is kind of putting it still lightly, though.
But to be perfectly fair, to be honest, most Star Wars games have been, well, they've been good. I'm not going to say that they're all great. The flight simulators have always been fun. You know, those games have been great. But there's just certain things that haven't been. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but sometimes shit happens. But it is what it is, and we got to deal with it.
Yeah.
So,
like, my favorite games are the old ones. The Dark Forces series, Jedi Academy. But then after that, like, I never played the Forces Unleashed. I could never get into those because it just wasn't the same. But I mean, I want a Star Wars game like Mass Effect. You explore the galaxy, you fight the villains, and that kind of stuff. I thought that was cool. Mass Effect 1 was ultimately my favorite, and just because I could freaking use the Mako and screw half the map, I'll just fly into the enemy base if I can.
Mm-hmm.
That was the funnest thing ever.
Well, to be perfectly honest,
and I'm glad they're bringing it back.
I want... There we go. Now I'm on. Okay. I want a Pokemon game on console. I want a Fire Emblem game on console. But because Radiant Dawn sold like shit, because Coliseum or no, not Coliseum. What was the one for the Wii? The Battle Revolution? Because both those sold like crap and were terrible. They're probably never going to make another one for either one. Well, I wouldn't say Path of Radiance was terrible. It was, I think it was pretty good. It was a decent follow-up. But Battle Revolution was so awful that they're just probably never going to make another freaking console Pokemon game ever again. Which upsets me because I love those games. Sorry about that.
I like the Coliseum ones because, if you didn't know, they actually placed the Coliseum series in and around Yuma, Arizona, of all places.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Now we got the Aloha region, but like you said, for the
What are you saying about that region?
the Yuma region,
No. The
Aloha region,
Yeah.
that's Hawaii.
Yeah. So how does that tie into Arizona, where we're at?
Well, because it's like it ties
Using
into
American America areas.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've always been in the Japanese region, and then we got.
No. Black and White was Manhattan.
Yeah, Black and White was
Yeah,
New York.
I was getting to that point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've had a whole
once
bunch
we
then.
got X and Y, and then we got Black and White, and those were. That was New York, and then you also had France.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are things that I would really like and I would look forward to.
Yeah, at least we got Pokemon Go, the MMO we always wanted, but we never got.
No, I've heard it's not the same. I've heard very mixed things about Pokemon Go. Way too much that just not what people wanted. I also want to say, let's move on. Because we'll come back to Nintendo when we come full circle. Next in the press conferences was Bethesda, and they opened with Quake, and I welcomed it with open arms. I'm not a Quake person, but I think making a new Quake for the Quake fans is a really freaking good idea, and the trailer was really nice. It was pretty solid. Of showing characters off. There was no real gameplay, which was fine. It was a theatrical trailer, what have you. But I'm just worried that a game like this isn't going to be, no offense, talked about a lot, considering the fact that Overwatch is a thing, and Overwatch is kind of dominating the market. I know Quake has its diehard fans, and they'll always be there, and congratulations to them for getting a new installment in their series. No sarcasm, like legit. This is a great thing for people who like Quake, but I just feel like as a whole, there's not going to be much when it comes to when it comes to that. So I'm a little worried about it. So
I would imagine so. I mean, look at another great series that ended up.
It did the wrong
thing. Completely blowing years later.
Sorry, everyone. I'm messing with things. Oh, no, it's not the right one either. Properties. Where'd it go?
Gremlins 3 is happening.
Huh?
Gremlins 3 is happening.
What the hell?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am just seeing an article here. I don't know if the article is
legit
worth salt, but
it's kind of out of left field for that series to be brought back after all these years.
Things have been brought back and everything. I mean, both of the first movies were great.
Yeah.
So I don't see a problem with the third.
Well, I know. Back to great games with poor receptions many years later. Must we all remind ourselves of what happened to Duke Nukem 3D with Duke Nukem Forever?
I mean, I guess.
I was looking so forward to that game because that was my high school game that we all went to the computer lab in school and we played deathmatch on there. We made our maps and we played as them. It was fun. It was mindless. And then they released Duke Nukem Forever after all those years, and it's just like, what the fuck? I get the concept, but in the nostalgia factor, you lost it.
Yeah.
It's just like a certain movie that just recently came out, which I thought was going to be awesome, but it was all hype without a hype train, without the nostalgia factor. It just kind of like fell flat on its face.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, love the series. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
In its time, but they just could not. It took too long to bring the series back, and they just couldn't recapture the essence of it. That's what I'm afraid of Gremlins 3, if that is legitimate.
That's understandable. I mean,
it's
like,
gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool, but can you get us back?
Let's get back on target a little bit here.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's an interesting announcement. So.
What the heck is this
I take
person?
no damage.
We still need a dang tank.
So, also a part of wonderful, awesome, amazing things. Oh, they updated the art for that. Awesome. From the Bethesda conference was the fact that we got more information on Elder Scrolls the card game, which it looks okay. I mean, I'm not gonna totally 100% toot horns or anything like that. It looks nice for an Elder Scrolls card game. For something that's not Hearthstone, I guess you should say. It looks like I don't know. I got this weird feeling that it was like a combination of Gwent and Hearthstone. Gwent, which is the card game in The Witcher 3. And I thought it looked cool. I didn't give a crap about anything they said about ESO. I didn't give a crap about anything that they said for Elder Scrolls. Sorry about the noise. I didn't give a crap about like anything pretty much after that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Dishonored 2. Holy shit. Like, I'm bad at Dishonored 1. I'm super bad at that game. But I fucking love what they're doing with Dishonored 2. I think it's going to be great. I love what I saw gameplay-wise. I'm super excited for it. And I just got a second turn. Burn one, no cards to destroy. Turn to get. I'm wrong. I'm hopefully going to draw. I'm sorry. I'm playing Buddy Fight area, and I'm hopefully going to Raffle Stomp into beating the shit out of this guy. So, I mean, Bethesda had a way better conference than EA did. And a way better conference than, like, most other... Holy shit! My deck is laying it on, like, super thick.
What, are you smothering and covering it like your Waffle House hash browns?
Well, basically... My deck is, my deck got the second, I got to play Menjo on my turn 1, and I got my second turn. Only has 2 crit. So, I mean, if I was to grade everything, I'd give EA a D minus because they talked about Star Wars. Yay. If I was to give, oh, wow, he had 2 negates in his hand. If I was to give Bethesda a grade, I'd probably give them a C+, because there wasn't just, like, it felt a little lacking, to be perfectly honest. All of them felt lacking, except for one in particular, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment. Well, 2 of them, actually. I mean, I still feel like the other one was just, there was something missing for me, but that's just me. Moving on is Microsoft, and can I just talk about how Microsoft is how you don't have a press conference ever fucking ever.
It's
It was
Microsoft. They need to stick to the computer shows and stuff like that.
I wonder, hold on a second, Vance, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, because I'm echoing off you. I was just,
Oh.
I love you. But so what does he do when this card is destroy all monsters on your opponent's left and right?
Wow, no one
Average.
likes Rare Serious, period.
Average
So-
rate time was 10 minutes when we started. Now it's 20 minutes. I think that we are the ones setting the average wait time right now. We might be the only ones trying to do this dungeon in the whole, like, data center that it pulls from.
It pulls from all data centers actually now.
Does it?
Yeah,
I haven't really run into people who seem like they're from the foreign servers.
you rarely do, but sometimes you may run into 1 or 2. But they're supposed to pull from all servers, so.
Please draw a
Because too many
monster.
people were complaining about how nobody can get an access to a dungeon because there's just no one there.
So moving right, so Microsoft, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Microsoft showed you not how to have a press conference this year, and their biggest issue was the fact that for the first fucking hour of their press conference, oh my god, I've never seen something so dismally abysmal in my entire life, with the fact that their audio was just straight up utter shit. It was fucking awful. And I don't know what the fuck was going on with them. And it was just, I couldn't hear a fucking word that was being said in that press conference, like, at all. And it sucked so bad. Oh yeah, Gauge, draw. Awesome, I won game 1. Game 2. Let's do game 2. I mean, I can't see. Here's the thing. Like, I want to remember Microsoft, and I want to, like, say, awesome, Microsoft was they showed some good stuff, because I remember them showing, like, some decent things. But the only thing I can remember that eclipses the whole thing is they had, like, a 10-minute video on developers talking about the Scorpio and how Project Scorpio was going to be fucking all that in a bag of chips. And I'm literally sitting there just going, oh, okay, well, this is stupid and dumb and boring to me, and I don't give a crap in any way, shape, or form. Which, honestly, was terrible. Enter battle. Swing for 2. Get that damage off. I'm probably gonna pull it up in a second to see what they talked about. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, we are setting the average time, Vance.
5. Is that the burn for 1 at least?
Because now it's up to 22 minutes and we're 24 minutes.
Well, no, it would say 24 minutes if we were somebody out there. Somebody out there is.
No one likes this dungeon at all, and it's the funnest dungeon out there. Like when the original Pharaoh series came out, they're like, "Oh, it's too hard. I can't do this dungeon." So they had to nerf it, and no one still does it.
All right, let's see here. Let's go down.
And what sucks is I'm also going to have to do, I'm going to have to do Void Ark and Weeping City before the end of tonight.
So out of their entire press conference, you want to know what interested me about Microsoft? I liked
What was that?
the fact that they showed Tekken 7, which has been in development for years, and I just want it to be out on consoles already. Jesus Christ. Gwent, which is the Witcher card game, getting its own game. Awesome. State of Decay 2. Never played the first one, but totally up for playing the second one. Let's do it. And then Halo Wars 2, because it's Baby's Command and Conquer, and it's still fun. I mean, and they open with like Gears of War 4, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I don't care. This is sure. So, I mean, most of the press conference for me wasn't memorable, but the one thing I do remember going over and over again is every time they showed a fucking game.
God, 25 minutes.
They fucking every single game they showed, I think except for like one, was like available on Xbox and Windows 10. So why the fuck am I gonna buy an Xbox then?
Yeah, that's Microsoft for you. You can buy this for the Xbox One and Windows 10. So what the fuck is the point? You can buy it for both. No. See, I can buy it for Windows 10 and not have to pay for a shitty clone of another Windows system.
I don't mind 10.
That's it. No, I'm not talking about 10. I'm talking about the Xbox.
Yeah, no, I just like Xbox One. If it had console exclusives, I'd care, but I don't.
It's not really. It's not console exclusive. They're gonna throw it on the Windows system. Kind of defeats the whole purpose. But that was their main goal. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna throw Windows 10 on here. It's like, okay, then what was the point? You just made a computer. Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, Sea of Thieves looked kind of interesting, and so did We Happy Few, but there are also games that I'm just like, I would like to know more about gameplay. Get back to me on that. Moving to the next one, we have Ubisoft, which a lot of people say was extremely cringeworthy, but I actually, like, because I wasn't around people who were watching it and being rude, I have to say that it was, like, not as cringeworthy as last year, which is great, because it was awful last year. Like, super awful last year.
Yeah.
And it was disappointing.
I'm going to hold you there for a second. I want you to not be disappointed in this picture.
Hold on a second. I'm in the middle of a match. You're going to have to wait for me to look at it.
I take great pleasure in this picture.
You still take the 1. I am my turn. If he could see who's here.
Thomas.
Oh, hi Thomas. We're kind of recording a podcast. Say hello to everyone. Oh, hey, look, that's great. I love that. It's funny.
Told you you'd like it.
So, what's the skill of this? I mean, like, not that it matters. I'm about to burn Nova. I feel really bad for my opponent Casey here. But okay, so moving on to Ubisoft, they opened with Just Dance, which was the most cringeworthy part of the whole thing, apparently. Ghost Recon Wildlands, I liked it. I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm into Ghost Recon. I'm into a lot of things.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
What happened?
Engine popped.
Oh, that's
Engine
awesome.
popped after half an hour.
That was
Jesus
quite the
Christ.
interesting thing to walk in on.
Yeah, right? Thomas, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
My opponent just went, oh boy, because now he has to pass his turn because he can't kill me because Burnova is broken as shit. South Park Fractured But Whole was also really awesome.
You said butthole.
Oh, shut up. I really, really enjoyed the presentation for that. I love what they're doing with the combat of that game. The plot is awesome, that it's a ripoff of Civil War. And, it's just, I think it's great. I think there's a lot to come with that game, and I can't wait. Do I... I mean, do I have it? I probably should have kept that, but it's okay. Let's just go straight into battle and just swing at him 3 times.
Jump down.
Battle. Well, actually,
Guys, it's time to fight against corruption.
swing here. Swing here. Swing at you for 2. What does this do? It gets the critical, but nothing else, right? Yeah, okay. So he has to draw a monster to win. Don't draw a monster.
Oh my lord, what is this pull?
Don't draw a monster. I don't want to go to game 3. Pass your turn. Oh, what does this do? Oh my god. Oh.
Crap, I'm out of TP.
Oh, this fucking sucks. I don't. For those of you who don't know, I was really hyped about the Division way back during its beta. I thought it was really cool. Unfortunately, I should have nixed your freaking.
I'm so glad I did not get into that game.
GG.
Seriously, all the items that drop is this Malibu Stacy with the new hat color.
Yeah, there's problems with that. With that game, it's okay.
Just go listen to Angry Joe. You'll know.
Look, I'm using my magic attack called Stand Here.
No, I played a little bit of the Division, and like I'm just sitting there at work on my phone reading the reviews of how the game came out, and my god, how bad was it?
It wasn't the best. It was
Form a line that does do something in the game.
Yes, it wasn't the best. It was still kind of fun. Specifically, the Dark Zone stuff was fun. The Dark Zone was the more interesting aspect of the game. The story, not so much. Really don't care for it. I I didn't give a crap about Eagle Flight. I thought Star Trek Bridge Crew was kind of cool for a VR thing, but once again, I'll never take you fuckers on Artemis, and I will never do Star Trek Bridge Crew with any of you shits, because I have a feeling that bad things will happen and friendships will be ruined. I think my shining, wonderful... Does this
You
work on?
suck, because I really wanted
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
gonna
that with
keep that.
you as a group.
Nope, not doing it. Fuck that bullshit. Never happening.
Of course, I can't imagine how much it would cost to get
Charge
the VR
and
set for
draw.
it.
Oh,
Jump
this
in
is
the hole,
really
damn
good.
it.
Cast wakey on this dude. Playful field.
All right, we're gonna fight a hexagram.
Pay
There we
to
go.
life. Swing. Gauge one, draw one. Holy
So-
crap, this hand is bad.
So Lancer, did you see that they finally got the Mia figure colored?
You're gonna have to speak up, Thomas. We can't hear you.
I did. Did you see that they finally got the Mia figure colored?
They got the who, the what now?
They have your Mia figure colored.
Okay, colored, cool. Now where's my price? How many souls do I need to sacrifice to get her? Until I get an answer, I don't want to know.
So Trials of the Blood Dragon was cool. Grow Up was Watch Dogs 2 Steep but crying. The best thing they showed was For Honor. Oh my god, why did I draw that?
What game was that?
I am so sorry.
I don't think I remembered For Honor.
It is Knights versus Vikings versus Samurai.
Oh, okay, yes, I do remember that.
So, super fucking awesome. Was absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see more about it. Literally probably one of the best games that I saw.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
So I thought that was really cool. And then next we have the precursor Dominator to the actual Dominator, which would be the Sony press conference. I'm gonna say
You mean
Ubisoft.
the play of the game?
Well, no, because the play of the game goes to the last people we're going to talk about. The Sony press conference was so freaking good because all they did was one after another, after another, after another, after another. All they did was shove games down your throat. They took like 4 breaks, all of which
They're really
were
long.
well timed, discussed things that were actually important, introduced people that were actually important, and were just solid. They were all solid. I'm not a God of War person, but new God of War game looks Days Gone was... I think Days Gone was like the biggest anomaly, the fact that they showed a trailer for it and then that they ended with gameplay of it versus ending with Death Stranding, which was the weirdest fucking thing they decided to do. Horizon Zero Dawn looks like a game that I'm not going to pick up. I understand why people would want to, but it's just not for me. Detroit Becomes Human, while those games are, because of who they're made by, are initially normally terrible, I really want to play that. Really, really badly. I don't care how bad it is, I really want to do it. Resident Evil 7 looks pretty good from the demo, but once again, the demo's not actually going to be in the final game. Farpoint looked Battlefront VR X-Wing missions, I don't really care at all.
All right. Can we talk about one thing?
Sure.
Norman Reedus ass.
I'm getting there. I'm going down the list. Same thing goes for Batman Arkham VR, which I don't also give a crap about. Ow, that hurts. Does this have double
hurts?
attack? Somebody's pounding myself. Does
Well,
this
tell
have
him to
penetrate?
get off you.
I mean, I
Or
don't,
maybe you should
I
just use
no, I
double
don't need
slap,
the gauge.
you know,
That's
that
okay.
always
He's just
works.
gonna clear my board, and that's fine. If I draw a Nemenjo, I draw a Nemenjo. If I don't, I just blow him up. I don't need 2 of those in my hand. I do need 2 of those, however. And I guess I'm going to transform into that because I have no choice.
I don't know where the hell you went.
I could do that. So we will do, first and foremost, Exodia, Obliterate. Pay 1, transform into Einder. Inner battle. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare actually looked kind of neat. I was very surprised by what they showed. It was really interesting. It was really cool. I thought it was a great concept to take Call of Duty to in space. Great idea. Works for a lot of games. Hopefully it'll work for Call of Duty. Hopefully it won't be a Battlefront just rip off and it'll actually do flying missions well. We'll have to see. Modern
It's
Warfare.
not- okay, let me stop you there. Infinite Warfare is not. It's just, you can't even call it a ripoff because Battlefront doesn't have space missions. It's a DLC pack.
That's true. I agree with that. However, I
And
meant,
also-
like, hold on. I just meant of the controls and the way piloting an X-Wing feels. Because when I pilot an X-Wing, I don't feel like I'm piloting an X-Wing at all, whatsoever. Just, it doesn't work out for me.
Okay. And also, I was going to say, I like the fact that I have to spend $80 to play, a DLC pack called Infinite Warfare, when really all I want is Modern Warfare Remastered.
Mm-hmm. And I completely
That's
understand
all I
that.
want. That's all
Yeah.
I care about, and I have to pay $80 for some shitty DLC. Yes, I'm going there. I don't
Yeah.
like the new stuff that they come up with.
That's perfectly fine.
Warfare
Not
was
every,
one of the best in the
not
series.
everyone does. It's perfectly fine.
We're gonna get so much hate for that too. Or at least I will, because I don't freaking care.
Ooh, I'm gonna take the 3. I am not gonna take the 3. Counter
Take
skill.
3.
Put it into the weapon. Go for it. Just 1. This is important. I need you to answer me. Didn't have an item and drop, just 1. Aww.
Oh, I see what we need to do.
Draw. Pray for the Menjo, charge and draw. Didn't get it. Got that instead. Enter battle. Swing for 3. Swing for 2. End turn. I believe... No. Even if he draws a monster, I am not fucked. He has to draw a weapon. He drew a weapon.
He's got to screw loose. I said we. Damn it! Fall down the hole already. I like wanting to fall down the holes. It's like the game doesn't want me to be a dragoon today.
It happens. Oh yeah, going downward. Crash Bandicoot Remastered. Freaking awesome. Absolutely love that.
Not according to Thomas. He wants a new game altogether.
So, I understand where Thomas is coming from. As a lot of people know, I am the man who hates remakes, pretty much 100%. I'm not a fan of them at all whatsoever, for the most part. Doesn't matter whether...
Sorry, I realized my mic was on mute. I was trying to say
you are
that
so loud.
I'm very... Sorry, let me fix that really quick. Go on.
He's not that loud to me.
No, it's...
I think you guys have me set on different volumes for your particular things because I fixed my volume over here so that I wouldn't sound loud. Because Lancer was having trouble hearing me, and now you're telling me to turn it back down even though I only turned it up a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. I'll just fix it on my end. It works better that way. So what were you going to say, Thomas?
I was going to say that I am extremely ecstatic that they are going to remaster the first 3 games. I am also, however, extremely pissed that they decided to put him in Skylanders. I am not a fan of Skylanders.
Okay,
that's...
It destroyed Spyro.
Okay.
Or what Spyro was.
That's understandable. That's understandable. I think the fact that he's going to be in Skylanders is a good thing, but I also think that the remastered brings hope to actually give him a new game. Spyro just stopped selling, to be perfectly honest. Spyro wasn't evolving into a great series, unfortunately. From what I remember, anyway. But Crash Bandicoot has potential to come back and be really awesome. I'd love to see another Crash Bash. Which is a Mario Party ripoff, but I'd really enjoy that a lot. Another Crash Team Racing would also be great. A lot of great things that could come out. I am going to switch up what I'm doing because I've just finished playing Buddy Fight, so I'm going to move to Hearthstone. Where did the thing go? There's OBS. Okay, let's boot this up first. Hopefully it doesn't make too much noise, because we don't want it to make too much noise. Allow access. Why is it asking me that? So we know Thomas's opinion on Skylanders Imaginators. I think another Skylanders game is great. I always think Skylanders is great. It's a great marketing tool. It's what Amiibos are based off of, essentially, and it's cool. I think it's cool. So Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens looks awesome. Can't wait. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to enjoy some of that. Definitely going to get it because I want it. And then, oh yeah, that's right. I turned the noise down. That's good. Grab this. Game capture. Properties. Hearthstone. Bleh. Hey, look, I'm playing Hearthstone now. I'm very terrible at this game. So judge me all you want in the comments below. So then we got a trailer for a new Spider-Man game.
Okay. I'm okay with the way his suit looks because we get a new suit every so often. But can we talk about the fact that his voice actor, I thought it was an interesting choice to choose Yuri Lowenthal.
I didn't. I thought it was great.
I mean, I just thought it was an interesting choice. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good. I want to see, however, what the story is going to look like because it looks like he's got a tech suit similar to one that the Spider-Man does in the new Civil War movie.
Yeah.
I honestly looked at the mechanics of the game. It looks like they're keeping a pretty fluid motion for web slinging. Web slinging as a mechanic is a very big deal for me, especially in a Spider-Man game, because I will sit there and just web sling for hours and do absolutely nothing but that in a Spider-Man game.
You and me both.
As far as storyline goes, can't wait to see it. But if I had to say which
Oh, boy.
of my Spider-Man games were my all-time favorites, it had to be Web of Shadows and the Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah.
The movie tie-ins were really, really good way back in the day. Ultimate Spider-Man is still another one of my favorites, and I really appreciate that one. But I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It looks like it's in good hands so far. Definitely excited. And then, Death Stranding. Oh my god, even if it's just a trailer.
Norman Reedus' ass is awesome.
He just...
Also, I don't know what the frick that thing was all about.
You really... Yeah, I mean, like, Kojima knows how to,
Your
like...
obsession with his ass.
Because that's
His ass is
basically...
sweet.
Yeah, it's basically what all they showed. Kojima basically just, like, comes in and goes, I'm gonna fuck everybody's day up. You want to know how I'm gonna fuck everybody's day up? It's pretty goddamn simple. I'm gonna show you a trailer. It has no context whatsoever. You
Okay, it
don't
concerns
know.
me that this boss is going down so quickly. Should it?
Yes. There is a reason.
So yeah. Anyway, go on, yeah.
He really just knows how to make a trailer and just have it exonerate his personality, which is, I think that's the word I want to use. Or exemplify, rather. Exemplify his personality, which is, you never know what the fuck this guy's going to do next. He really is like the video game making Joker. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to watch the trailer, just stare at it and go, what's going on? I don't understand.
It's a Kojima game you're not supposed to understand.
Yeah, eventually you
You
do.
just enjoy it while sipping on the tears of the fallen.
Oh boy, here we go.
So I also really,
It's that boo.
I also really enjoyed, So yeah, like that's all of Sony, and I gotta say, like, out of all the actual press conferences, theirs was the best. I didn't really get to catch much of the PC one, so I'm not gonna really grade that one this year or talk about it. I did see like Dawn of War 3, which I'm super excited for. Oh my god, Dawn of War 3. But that's what it was. And now we're gonna talk about the big thing that needs to be talked about, which was the fact that Nintendo took an entire day. Why did he get a second turn? I want to know how he got a second turn. That's really weird. Give your hero +4 attack for this turn. I have no idea how he got a second turn. Probably
does it
because
give
I'm
you the
bad at
feeling
this
that
game.
deja vu?
So Nintendo did a solid half an hour of news of Pokemon Black and White on day one of their Treehouse event. Or not Black and White, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm stupid. Of Pokemon Sun and Moon on day one of their Treehouse event. They showed some things that looked really awesome, really excited. It's going to be a great, fantastic game. But, and I'm about that game, I'm not really worried. I think it's really cool that they're going that. Oh, and I die. So, but after all of that, after they showed us a little bit more of Alola, after they showed,
Nice.
typings and stuff like that, they got into the nitty-gritty.
You got the
And
Plague Doctor.
They showed us Breath of the Wilds. And oh my god.
Outside, we'll be right back.
Absolutely. Oh my god, Breath of the Wilds was amazing. I sat there. I kept up with the news as much as possible because I did end up leaving the house at one point, but I basically watched as much as I could. I was so excited with all of the things they introduced, everything they were showing. I was just really, really happy with the way the game is turning out. It looks like the Zelda game that I've wanted for basically years. I'm really excited I can't wait for it. I'm not sad that I have to wait for it, because while I can't wait for it, I actually really can, because I know what it means for them to make me wait for a game, which I'm perfectly fine with. It means they're just trying to make it better. That's all that matters to me. And, you know, a lot of people give Nintendo flack, but if you look at all of the social media standings, Nintendo won E3. Breath of the Wild was the most talked about game across social media. They won.
Yes, it was.
They won E3 with one fucking game. So
Stop. Don't do the winning E3 thing. That I hate. How that's become a thing.
It's too much of a generalization.
it
No,
is.
it's not even that. E3 should not be a competition. The fact that E3 is treated like a competition is one of the main reasons that like it just becomes a crap show every year, because people dump resources into getting half-working builds of games done, feeling like they need to win E3, like it's this thing that has to be like, you know, it's a competition that has to be won. And so then you have game developers crapping out stuff that shouldn't be crapped out just to make it in time for E3, and that's what turns the whole conference into such a shit show, because nothing's a labor of love. Everything's we've got to hurry to have this ready to be shown at E3, because if we don't win E3, then, you know, we lose all of our sales for the year, and everybody's gonna, you know, only be spending money on the quote unquote winner. The whole winning E3 mentality is just the worst cancer for a video game show ever.
Okay.
When people go about putting it that way, it's just it's not healthy for gaming.
Okay, I'll agree with that. I wanted to say it as a joke. I meant it as a joke. I will say that it was the most talked about game.
That's fair.
And I mean, the whole winning E3 thing also is a perspective thing. Like, for instance, I could say Nintendo for me won E3, blah, blah, blah. But, like, somebody's going to come out and say, well, Microsoft won E3 because they actually talked about Project Scorpio a little bit. Whereas, you know, PlayStation didn't talk about the Neo at all. And Nintendo didn't say a damn word about the NX, because Nintendo's not going to until, like, probably Tokyo Game Show, which is perfectly fitting because that's what they should do in the first place. But it all boils down to stuff like that. And people are worried about certain things when it comes to these new systems and these new consoles, and that's understandable. But I'm really excited for what the future of gaming holds as a whole and as a medium. So I'm looking forward to that. I didn't really watch anything on Day 2 Nintendo Treehouse. I know they talked about Pokemon Go. I really didn't give a crap. Trust me, I wanted to.
How do you feel about Pokemon Go as a whole, though?
As a whole, I don't care. I wish I could. But I
mean, in general, I know that I can't actually wait for it to come out so I can, you know, give it a shot, see what it's all about. If maybe it's going to treat it, you know, rather nicely, or if it's just going to do the whole, oh, you got to pay to be decent in this game at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would take the chance to travel to more places just to be able to play the game to an extent. But this is more or less for those people that travel around the world who actually do like Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I definitely agree about that. But the other thing I want to say is that I've heard things from other people saying it's not good. It's not what Pokemon should be, especially on a mobile platform. It's sucking money dry. I've heard things like that. I've heard that it is good. I've heard that it is fun. I honestly just, it's not what I want for a Pokemon game. I will be 100% honest. It's just not. I want the most important thing, and it will never be given to me, which is a console Pokemon game, just like I want a console Fire Emblem game. And as much as Nintendo did an amazing thing with Zelda, bringing out this amazing series and showing it in a new light, giving it all the time it needed. Nintendo's overall presentation everyone's overall presentation was lackluster in one way or another. I wanted more from Sony. I didn't get to see anything Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't get to see anything that would actually just like surprise me. I mean, they could have talked about Fate Extella, which was there. They could have mentioned that just cuz. Just freaking cuz. And I would have been like, oh, well, they're kind of catering
Okay, actually,
to me.
I will stop you on one thing. I did see Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff.
Well, yeah, but I didn't see it at the Sony press conference, which is when I expected it.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see it then because, again, not a lot of people really understand. Like, as the phone game came out, people were like, well, how is this going to tie in? The images and the video they showed for that tied to the phone game were amazing. And were really into the phone game, you realized that when you saw 2.8, the Aqua story, the HD remix, she's in a broken down place that used to be that same area that you actually do story missions in for the phone game. So you're finding out what's happening there, and it's all making its way towards Kingdom Hearts 3 because you're going to figure out pretty much everything there. I mean, it was nice to see it, but you're right. It would have been nice to see it during the Sony press conference, and I feel like maybe they could have. I mean, you're right. They didn't really surprise me at all. I was just waiting. The only small surprise there was for God of War, and even then, I'm not a huge God of War fan. I've never really played any of the games.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
And it's just nothing great. No, nothing great.
Hold on one second.
You know what? I'll make one statement about the Microsoft press conference in general. I wasn't happy with them when they made their announcement about their Xbox Slim, because essentially when they were talking, it was, all right, look at it, it's 40% smaller. Okay, that's pretty cool. It can stand up. It'll take less space. It'll run 4K, and I'm like, all right, that's good for those people that are all into graphics. I'm more about balanced out, graphics, gameplay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then they hit upon the fact that the power brick is on the inside, and I just went, fuck you. Fuck you, you pieces of shit. You had the power brick for the Xbox 360, and you led us to believe that we still needed the power brick for the Xbox One. You could have put that motherfucker in there. You know it. Oh, but there would have been heat-up issues. Bullshit. There's still heat-up issues with it.
But if there are already heat-up issues with it, then wouldn't putting it in there exacerbate that issue?
It doesn't. It has to deal with the fact that what they had, they didn't maximize their space properly. I felt like they rushed this console out, and that's why they have the power brick out. A lot of the specs were released for it, and I just looked at it and I went, no, fuck you. You needed to put that in there to begin with. That would have easily been amazing news to gamers back then. Don't get me wrong, it's good news now. But I still feel like I want to just say, F you, Microsoft. You guys should have been there on that a little bit faster, but, I feel like I may actually end up trading in my Xbox One for the Slim, just so, I can save a little desk space, because I'm that person that has every console for the generation right now.
I think you're like the only, you're like the only one out of us at this point that does. Because I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like you missed it when we were talking about that when Xbox One, when Microsoft's press conference was going on. I literally couldn't stand a single bit of it for the fact of the matter that they were just like, oh, and every single one of these games is going to be available for, Windows. So have fun, whatever. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I honestly couldn't give a fuck. Then I really
Fuck's
couldn't.
not found.
Fuck's not found.
Serena shows up. Magical pen. Change me into someone who gives a fuck.
No one found. So, I mean, like that's pretty much it out of all of E3. I would have. What I was saying was I would have liked to have seen. This is important. For the Wii U, we're hitting its send off, and I'm one of those people who loved the Wii U. I thought it was a fun and fantastic system. I loved it so much. I thought it was great. A lot of people don't really like it, and that's understandable. But I was really hoping for one more game to be announced. I was really hoping
It would
for
have been nice.
a Mario game, or a Metroid game, or anything, or F-Zero for fuck's sake, which hasn't seen.
that would've been
It's skipped an entire generation. It's been going since the Super Nintendo. It skipped an entire generation console, and that upsets me because I would love to see what it can do on a new piece of hardware. But I also understand why this was, which is why I'm not so beaten up about it anymore. Is the fact of the matter that they decided it would be a good idea to hold off on that. They would hold off on it, and they're probably going to have this lineup for the NX when the NX comes out, where they're going to have one Mario game, the Zelda game, 2 other games that are just going to be, whatever. But I feel like the Wii U as a whole is a console of missed opportunities. I hope that with the NX, the peripheral is the Wii U is allowed to be used as a peripheral for it. There's talk about integrations of tablet and smart devices with it, because they're kind of going that route, which is fine, fun, and interesting. It gets more people into gaming. I still hope traditional controllers are involved in some way. The NX can just use the GameCube controller again, and I'd be happy. Probably never going to happen because it doesn't sell anything, but at the same time it does, because honestly most people would want new GameCube controllers anyway, because the newer ones are really, really nice.
Can I just say one thing?
What?
I feel that the Wii U as a console had too short of a life.
Well, yes, because it failed. This is Nintendo, to be perfectly honest, ditching their efforts.
Learning its lesson.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say learning its lesson. I would say this is Nintendo going, we made a mistake, and we're going to rectify it. I would say that they've come out guns blazing in order to try and get one last push of console sales for it, and that's fine. They're not going to get that many. Most people are going to buy the NX over the Wii U, and that's fine. 100% fine. I think, though, that it's a great thing and a wonderful, wonderful thing that they went out and they gave it their all at this E3, and they were the most talked about game the whole time. So, I also, I'm gonna mention something real fast. I've been working on something, and it's finally coming to a head this upcoming week. I'm really excited. I'm finally gonna release the first episode of Video Game Music Theory. That's officially what I'm going to call it. And I'm not going to tell you what it's on, because I don't think I have, and if I had, then you can find out from a video in the past. But I've been working on this for like a year or two. I feel like I'm Ego Raptor already working on Sequelitis, because I'm taking so long in order to make sure this is perfect. But I'm not an animator, so I'm not doing anything like super intensive as he is with this first video. But I wanted to make sure the sound is good. The quality is just right, and I worked really, really hard on that. I'm also writing the second episode of that series as well as the third. The third really slowly. The second I'm going to be writing a ton more with after we're done here. But, there's going to be 2 videos out this week, not including this one, because I'm going to do something as well for the weekend, so you'll have something to tide you over until Lancer gets back from AX with brand new episodes in the future. And
I'm also gonna have something special going on.
Yeah, you're gonna have something awesome going on while you're at AX.
Yeah, I'm going to not really live broadcast, although that would be very interesting to do.
Don't do it; it'll eat your data.
Oh yeah. And I still don't know if the guys at the hotel want to do the data plan. It's like $12 to $14 a night. And really, we only need it for like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise our data will be gone.
Yeah.
I will be perfectly honest about that. It will probably kill my data this weekend.
So...
But no, I'm going to be just shooting some videos straight from my phone. When I get up, when I get to the airport, after I get off the airport, going to get to the hotel, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But there's something I wanted to tell you, Ian. I think you would be happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling you earlier at work today about the Cosplay Wrestling Federation.
Yes, you did.
Well, somebody did challenge me quite literally with my Money in the Bank versus their Money in the Bank briefcase.
Okay.
And I told him, yeah, maybe Torchwick's going to have to just cash in on you.
That's
So, yeah, that's a thing. I think it's awesome. I've seen some of their pictures, and it's just cosplayers in a wrestling thing that they've been doing in California for a while now. So
that's really awesome.
I'm glad I'm going to the panel.
So I expect some live tweets from that, maybe little clips and stuff. Try and drag somebody along with you to get some stuff. But Lancer will also be tweeting from AX on the True Damage Productions Twitter, which is in a link in the description below. Blah. And we've got a lot of stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. I have a thing gonna happen with Pokemon. Pokemon Fever is hit really hard, so I'm gonna do something with that. It's also actually really infected me really hard, so I'm gonna do something very special with Pokemon. Can't wait for it. A lot of people apparently have been doing stuff like this, but I wanted to do it my own way, and it's gonna be different but a lot of fun. And finally, things are going to be... I'm going to be honest. Things are going to be slow for like the next month and a half. Probably 2 months. But they shouldn't be too slow. One of the other things I'm going to be doing for the channel is I'm probably going to start talking about... because I'm a card game person, I'm going to talk about Buddy Fight. So I hope everybody will... be okay with that. I know our guys will, but like everybody watching, you can just skip over it. But I thought it would be interesting to do. I'd rather do it for the channel than do it for my own personal channel, because I'm going to save my personal channel for some other things, and I wanted to branch out a little bit. So you may see a deck profile or two come up really, really soon, in conjunction with the team that I play with here in Tempe, Arizona. Oh no, I gave out where we are. Well, maybe that means you can come check us out at Game On Expo or Sabo. Yeah! Plugs.
Good luck.
Plugs. We've submitted a bunch of panels for Saboten. They're still accepting things. I haven't gotten any emails yet. I'm perfectly fine with that. But you will get a vlog from me the moment we know we're running things. Same thing with Game On Expo. I'm going to be submitting some stuff for there too. Game On Expo is at the Mesa Convention Center. It is in August, and then Sabo is on Labor Day weekend at the Sheraton, downtown Phoenix. And we will be at both of those regardless, but we generally are hosting.
Looks like I'm back.
Oh shit!
Whoa, it's Dat Boy.
No. I was gonna say. Sorry, I just found an interesting thing on Facebook. I know
Yes.
you don't care, but I really want to talk about it. There's
All
gonna
right,
be
real
a
quick.
Sword Art Online.
Already know
game.
about it.
Okay, I didn't. I apologize.
I'm going to do a thing at Expo about that. Also, the
Hey.
reason you heard me just cut out, we just had a major power surge over here.
Interesting.
And I think it's because there's a giant thunderstorm headed towards us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was tangential. Back to the topic.
Sorry.
So,
In case you wonder where the hell I went,
one of the other videos I'm going to have is going to be different. I wanted to do a video game review first, but I'm actually going to do a cartoon review before I do a video game review. It's going to test my editing skills a little bit, and I'm probably going to have a guest, because while I haven't talked to them about it, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to divulge their feelings on the cartoon they've watched more than I have.
I heard my name.
You didn't hear your name, but yes. Hi, Joyce. Hi, hon.
Hi.
So,
Hi,
Would
Joyce.
you like me to talk about Voltron?
We-
Because I sure as fuck can.
not right now, but definitely later.
Yeah.
So yeah, that she basically just said it, and yes, I want to review Voltron. I want to talk about the first season and what it means for a person like me who grew up with a parent that was a Voltron lover. My dad really loved the new iteration, but I'm gonna save all my thoughts and opinions for that
I'm
video.
going to deafen this for a little while then.
Okay, well, we'll talk to you later. I want to thank everybody for joining
these
us.
only are spoilers.
Oh, I'm not talking about spoilers. I'm like literally ending it right here. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Be sure to find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. Leave a comment, tell us what you liked about this. I'm sorry for the please stand by sign at the very beginning while I tried to download Buddy Fight Area while I was waiting to play my opponent and fixing my Buddy Fight Area. I'm sorry that I didn't play more matches of Hearthstone. I'm also really shit at this game, but hey, I won one and I lost one. Shut up, computer. Go away. And I just want to thank you guys for, being there. And thank you, Lance, Vance, and Thomas. Thomas for popping in, and Lance and Vance joining me from the start. We'll be sure to do another one of these very soon. Maybe with a face cam. We'll find out. So you guys have a wonderful night.
Guys, I love you.
Love you.
And Lancer says nothing. What a dick.